Hey everybody, it's YGO Paladin, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the brand new Link monsters that were just revealed to us by means of a live stream that happened in Japan. If you guys were able to watch it last night, it was at 3 in the morning, and they revealed to us every single Link monster except one card. That's right, they trolled the hell out of us, and we did not even get to see one Link monster. If you guys saw that leaked list, though, it was pretty much guaranteed what the card was going to be, because that list ended up being right, and they predicted every single card that was in there. Not predicted, but they leaked out every single card. So if you guys saw that list, you guys already know what the card is. So let's go ahead and talk about the 6 cards that did get revealed to us by means of that live stream. So without further ado, let's get straight into these cards. And the first card we're going to be talking about is Abyss Actor Hyper Director. That's right, Abyss Actor's got a Link monster. It is a Dark Fiend Link effect monster, 800 attack points, Link 1, points to the bottom, and its requirements is 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster. So really generic for the archetype. And its effect reads, you can only use this card's name's effect once per turn. Its effect is that you can target one card in your Pendulum Zone, special summon it, then place 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster with a different name from the special summoned monster from your deck or face-up extra deck in your Pendulum Zone. Also, you cannot normal a special summon monster for the rest of the turn except Abyss Actor monsters. So, after reading this card, I thought at first like, oh dang, Abyss Actor's got this good card. It looks pretty decent. But the more I think about it, the more it doesn't really help out the deck all too much. Like, there's still some inconsistencies with the deck. Not saying that it's terrible, but they kind of needed a little bit better of a Link monster, in my personal opinion. And they should have done something to do with the trap cards, because the trap cards are still a little bit clunky. I don't know what's the word to use in that deck. The spell cards are, like, fantastic, though, in the deck. If you can make it go off, the spell cards are great. The monsters aren't so bad either. So I was kind of disappointed that the Link monster didn't do anything to kind of like not break the deck, but at least to give it like a really good advantage for this format in some way. I don't know if I'm making sense there, but kind of a little bit of lackluster compared to what the rest of the monsters kind of built up to do. And then we still don't even have some of the cards from the OCG. So I don't know. I might be hitting this card a little bit too harshly, but I just think it should have done more. So let me know what you guys think about this card and if I'm being too harsh on it. So with that, let's go on to the next one, which is surprisingly a new Tenyi monster. Yeah, I was actually very surprised to see a Tenyi be in a Link VRAINS set. Should have been in a men's set, but it is what it is. It is Tenyi Spirit Sarashara. It is a light worm Link effect monster, 3,000 attack points, Link 4. It points to the top, bottom right, and top right. It requires 2 worm monsters, so it's very generic in its archetype. And its effect reads, you can only use this card's name's second effect once per turn. First effect, while you control a face-up non-effect monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target effect monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target effect monsters with card effects. Its second effect reads, quick effect. You can target one effect monster your opponent controls. Special summon 1 Tenyi Spirit token, Worm Light, level 4, question mark attack, and 0 defense. This token's attack becomes the original attack of that target. So, after I read this card, I was like, wow, this card's actually pretty good, especially for the Tenyi archetype. I think that something like this was needed. I think that it was in the right direction, because now it's like none of the effect monsters can be targeted. I might be looking too much into this, but I'm looking this in the perspective of a Tenyi deck, which does have it has like a few effect monsters now. And this one seems to be the big boss monster. I do like the second effect, and that is a quick effect. So it could be during your turn, during your opponent's turn, 1-1. Pretty cool there. It's no restriction, so you can't control just one. I think that's really neat. And the fact that is that your opponent's monsters cannot target effect monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent can't target effect monsters with card effects at all. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not sure in terms of how useful this is going to be in the deck. I'm pretty sure it's going to be useful. I just don't know in that broad spectrum of like how it's going to be useful, because I believe that you are like restricted to, I think, worms, right? Or something like that for the rest of the turn, or that might be I might be incorrect with that. I think I am incorrect. So let me know if I actually am incorrect about that. If I am, I apologize. But yeah, I like this card. I like the Tenyi archetype, and I think this is really good. They knocked it out of the park with this card, and I do not know when we're going to get it, but hopefully it gets imported like the Link 3 one that got imported in this last set. So hopefully it'll come out soon. The next Link monster is an Artifact card. That's right, Artifact's got a Link monster, and I gotta say, this card's actually pretty good. This is Artifact Dagda. don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It is a light fairy link effect monster, 1500 attack, link 2, and its markers are bottom left and bottom right. Really good link markers, and it only requires 2 monsters with different names, so very generic in any kind of deck, actually. So its effect reads, you can only use each of this card's names first and second effects once per turn. First effect, when the effect of another card on the field is activated, quick effect, you can set one artifact monster from your hand or deck to your spell and trap zone as a spell, but destroy it during your opponent's next end phase. So being able to set any artifact from your hand or deck to your spell and trap zone is actually really good. I think artifacts were in need of that. I'm pretty sure that they kind of had something, but I mean, being able to set it, but then there's also the countdown to it being popped. Like, imagine just setting Moral Attack and then during your opponent's end phase, pop it, special summon it, pop it a card on your opponent's field during the end phase. I think that's actually pretty cool. And yeah, second effect is that if this link summoned card is destroyed during your opponent's turn, you can special summon one artifact monster from your graveyard in defense position. Now, I'm not sure what all the artifacts do. It's been a while since I actually looked up that archetype, but I do remember the best ones are being like artifact, Scythe, Moral Attack, and now Lancia is even being used just for the side deck. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this card for artifact decks. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be used for pure artifact decks because that is definitely not going to happen. There's going to be some sort of like engine that'll be running around in there, and who knows, maybe even a hat deck can come back. I'm not sure about that, but that'd be interesting to see return in like 2020 whenever this card comes out. So yeah, this card is really cool. I like this card. They designed it very nicely, and I think it's what Artifacts sort of needed, and I'm on board with this, so no complaints here from me. The next Link monster is surprisingly a Herald monster. That's right, when I heard Heralds were going to be on this list, I was really skeptical, but surprisingly, it's not that bad. It is Mirage Herald. It is a light fairy link effect monster, 600 attack, link 2, bottom left, bottom right, and it requires 2 monsters with the same type and attribute except tokens. So a little bit more restrictive than the artifact, but nonetheless not that terrible. Its effect reads, you can only use each of this card's names first and second effects once per turn. First effect, when a spell, trap, or card effect, when a spell, trap, card, or effect is activated, quick effect, you could send one fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So there is some negation. Unfortunately, it's just for spells and traps or face-up spells and traps, so I kind of wish it was for like anything, but I understand why they didn't do that. Its second effect is that if this card is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add up to 2 ritual monsters and or ritual spells with different names from your graveyard to your hand. So that one was a little, I don't know. I don't know exactly what to say to that part. I mean, this being in a Herald deck, I think is like the ritual-based stun kind of version, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't know how often you're going to go into this second effect because I'm not sure what that deck actually did, really. I just remember that it was a pain because it just, I don't know. I only played it once and I still don't understand how it was actually played. So this card wasn't so terrible. I do like that it's somewhat generic. You just have to have 2 monsters of the same types and attributes, and it being in like in a fairy deck that's going to be light fairies, no problem. And the negation's actually still pretty good. I do like it, but kind of wish it did have a negation for effect monsters or something like that. And the second effect, kind of wish that you could have searched from the deck, although I kind of understand why they didn't do that. We really got like preparation of rights, this and that. So overall, decent card, well balanced, and pretty decent. I don't know when it's going to come out, but hopefully it will be, well, not anytime soon because I don't want to play against Heralds, but if it comes out, it comes out. You know, no and if it buts, it comes out, it comes out. So, yeah, with that, let's go on to the next card, which is Samorg, Bird of Regal Divinity. It is a wing-based link effect monster, 2400 attack, link 3. Its link markers are the bottom left, bottom, and bottom right. It requires 2 or more monsters, including a winged beast monster. Its effect reads, you can only use this card's name's third effect, each effect once per turn. Cannot be used as link material, so it does have some kind of restriction there. And its first effect is that your opponent can neither target this card nor target winged beast monsters this card points to with card effects. So some little protection there. Its second effect is that if this card will be destroyed by battle, you could destroy one other Samor card you control instead. Kind of wish it didn't have to be a Samor card, but I don't know. And I do wish it was not also destroyed by card effects. So Wish that was in there. And its third effect is that during the end phase, you can special summon one winged beast monster from your hand or deck whose level is equal to or lower than the number of unoccupied spells and trap zones on the field. Unoccupied, I guess, cards and spell and trap cards. So with this, not too terrible. A little bit restrictive. You had to play this in a winged beast deck, and all the things I could think about are like some more harpies. I don't know. I guess black wings, right? Black wings. Yeah, there's no restriction here for wind ones, so not that bad either. So, also for spells and trap zones, I believe that's only the spells and trap zones. I don't think the field spells count, so because that's a field spell zone, you know. So I don't think that counts. So it still has to require at least the maximum you could do is level 10, which is not you know. I don't think we're gonna go for that. At least level 4 is what you're gonna try to go for. But overall, this card is not too terrible. It's really good for Wing Beast, and I think it's a good boss monster for Wing Beast. So yeah, this card is not that bad. I do like this. Hopefully get this card soon, and I want to see what kind of shenanigans this card could do when it actually does come out. And finally, the last card we're going to talk about is Chioma, the Freezing Mayakashi. That's right, Mayakashi's got their Link 4 monster, which is hopefully like the final Link monster. I don't know, but it's kind of cool. It is a zombie Link effect monster with the attack of 29, Link 4. Its markers are left, right, bottom left, and bottom right, and it requires 2 or more zombie monsters. So very generic in zombie decks, and that's actually really neat to see. And yeah, no Mayakashi like restriction. So its effect reads: you can only use this card's name's third effect once per turn. First effect, you can only control one Chioma, the Freezing Mayakashi. Second effect, negate the effects of your opponent's monsters that were activated while they were banished. So I'm not very sure what this is going to go against, because I don't think you can do this against Orcas, because Orcas activate in the graveyard. But there's probably something I'm missing with that. Third effect is that if a monster or monsters is special summoned from the graveyard, or if the effect of a monster in the graveyard is activated, you could target one face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0, and if you do, negate its effect. Sorry about that. So overall, this card is not too bad. I do like how generic it is in a zombie deck, and I don't know how good this card is going to be in Mayakashi. If anything, you're going to still do that whole Mayakashi deck out with the bone towers. I don't know. That's still like the cheesiest way to win, but hey, if it gets you a win, it gets you a win, right? So overall, this card is not too bad. Kind of wish that it had some sort of like protections for Mayakashi, because that deck focused so much on spamming your extra deck and everything, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't remember the whole end game of Mayakashi's really. Like, it was cool, but then it got converted into a deck out deck. So I don't even know exactly what to say to this card. I don't have too much opinions about this. So comment down below what you guys think of this card. And am I missing something for this against zombie decks, or for Mayakashi's, or for what it actually does? So yeah, other than that, not that bad. I do like the artwork. So with that, that was the Link VRAINS Pack 3 leaks. And I'm sorry, not leaks, the showcase of it for the live stream. We are still missing one card, which I'm still really salty about, but hopefully they reveal that card soon, because we're in need of that card. But if you guys saw the leak list, you already know what it is. But what did you guys think about this Link VRAINS Packs 3? Are you guys satisfied with all these Link monsters? To me, some of these cards I actually did enjoy, but some cards I'm still questioning about. Like, why did we get a Samor card? Why did we get a Rose card? The Melodious, not too bad, but it's still kind of like, eh. But some cards I'm actually still salty about is, why did we get another Ib, Sky Striker, Mayakashi, and Tenyi? Those could have just been in main sets. Like, Link VRAINS Pack was like meant to do something with old archetypes. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking about like, hey, what about that Hero card? Well, I'm a little biased about that. But Hero kind of was an old archetype that could have used another Link monster, and it did support like old Hero-based decks, because it required specific names. We're talking about the old fusion monsters. So at least it was like designed by that basis. But when it comes to these last 4 Link monsters, about the Ib, Sky Striker, Mayakashi, and Tenyi, I wish they would have replaced those cards with something like, I don't know, Teller Knights. Like, where's our Link monster for that? Where's our Zodiac? Something like that. And I don't know. I feel like there's some other archetypes that were in need of a Link monster. Like, shoot, even Morphtronics. Like, give something like old school, something fan favorite. I don't know. Anything like that would have been awesome to see a Link monster for. And very disappointed that we did not get that at all. So hopefully we do in some main set, but I'm pretty sure we're approaching the end of the VRAINS era. Hopefully we do get a Link for like Satellar Knight, Zodiac, something, because I want to see some Link monsters for those. Or Hell, they could even given us a cubic. I'm just saying I like cubics, so I guess that's just to throw it in there. But yeah, overall, guys, that is it for these reveals. I do like them. Not too terrible. Still wish they would have shown the last monster. I got so mad when they did not show it, but I already know what it's supposed to be, and that's if it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's confirmed because that leak list was actually correct. That confirms all these archetypes, and they have been right so far. So if you guys know what that is, well, I'm just going to tell you guys anyways. It is a Boojin link. That is right. Boojins are getting a link monster, supposedly, and I am dying to know what it actually does. But yeah, well, I'll have to keep you up to date with that, guys. So with that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button if you did, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. And if they ever do show the final link, you bet I will do a reaction video for that. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video.